Good day, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Newsbeat. I'm Cami Tyler. Students are back on campus after Thanksgiving break to finish out the fall semester in a face-to-face format. Many things during the fall semester looked different due to COVID-19, but Hannibal LaGrange University did not change the academic calendar to eliminate Thanksgiving break or fall break. Officials say those breaks are important to the mental health of students. They say face-to-face classes are also an important element in delivering a quality education. Cases of COVID-19 have not overwhelmed campus. Students who test positive or have been in close contact with someone who is positive can quarantine in a designated dorm or go home. Faculty members can use remote instruction to deliver content to students who are in quarantine. Masks and social distancing guidelines have also been in place during the fall semester. The HLGU Theater Department will take the stage for one last show this semester. The HLGU's theater program will be performing The Long Christmas Dinner. This play is the last of the 3-act plays planned for this fall semester due to COVID-19. The play follows a family's Christmas dinner over the course of 90 years. The play will be presented as a theater in round. HLGU student and cast member Abaya Carlson says viewers won't want to miss this unique opportunity.
The show is actually presented as theater in the round, which means the audience is going to be able to sit on stage around and the actors are going to perform in the middle, which is going to be a really neat experience because it isn't done too often, so I would really recommend coming because you don't see a show like this every day.
In other news, the sounds of Christmas will soon fill the air here on campus. Hannibal LaGrange University will be having its annual Christmas music concert on December 10th at 7 p.m. in the Parker Theater. Band director Jason Lachkusky will be leading the HLGU Orchestra and Jazz Combo during the concert. Mr. Lachkusky says he is excited about this show and the opportunity to perform Christmas music here at HLGU.
I'm very excited. We're playing some really fun Christmas music that should help get everyone in the Christmas spirit. We're playing Christmas Vacation, if you're familiar with the Clark Griswold classic. We're playing Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Christmas Eve in Sarajevo, which is really fun.
The show will also feature the HLGU Concert Choir under the direction of Mrs. Jane Griffin. This annual Christmas music concert will look a little different than previous years. Audience members will be asked to wear masks and maintain social distancing. Tickets are free but are required for the event. To reserve a ticket, you can call 573-629-3165. This holiday season is a time to count our blessings and give thanks, and one HLGU sophomore is doing just that. The year 2020 presented a difficult challenge for HLGU student Savannah Morton and her family. But as Emma Anderson tells us, in difficult times, the Morton family has a lot to be thankful for. Here's that story.
Freshman year for Savannah Morton was difficult.
I started school here last fall, and then about a month into school, we got a call in the middle of the night that he was unresponsive.
Now, instead of worrying about exams and college life, Savannah spent her midterms week worrying about her dad. Mark Morton was diagnosed with glioblastoma, a rare and aggressive form of cancer.
They said there's nothing we can do because once you are diagnosed with glioblastoma, it's considered stage 4 no matter what. They said you can look at other hospitals, but there's not a lot of options. So that was kind of hard to stomach at first.
But Savannah's mom, Carla Morton, went to work researching other hospitals. In October of last year, the Mortons made the trip to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota.
They decided, yeah, we can do surgery and try and remove the tumors.
But surgery was a risk. For the Morton family, the answer was to trust God entirely, even with Mark's life.
So we went home and kind of talked with our family. We're like, yeah, we're going to do it because if we're going to do it, it's in God's hands. So if he really wants this to happen, he'll guide us through it.
And the results were an answered prayer.
They were able to completely remove their tumors, so that was a big blessing. Especially considering from the start they didn't want to do anything, couldn't do anything.
After 2.5 weeks in acute recovery, Mark Morton came home with 124 staples. Savannah's parents then lived in Rochester for nearly 3 months for daily radiation appointments. But for Savannah, this meant moving from HOGU back home to help care for her dad.
I decided in December that I would just come home. We needed someone to stay with him, and instead of having someone else do it or having my mom take off work, I was fine too. I could go online.
But after months of family prayer, Savannah returned to HOGU in August. Although she was hesitant to return, Savannah is confident that HOGU is where she belongs.
I just knew it was meant to be here because the entire time I was gone, everyone continued to reach out. All my professors, all my friends. Mr. Young specifically reached out several times. And so it's just a sense of security that you can't get somewhere else.
Savannah says she wouldn't have made it without her family and friends, but it was faith that made all the difference.
My faith has always been pretty strong, but the day everything started, you could kind of feel it rock your entire life. Spent a lot of time praying, a lot. In Minnesota, they met quite a few people and just kind of shared their faith while they were there. And some of the people don't believe in God, and I just don't see how you can go through all of that and not believe in God. That's a big weight to carry.
A weight that the Mortons carried together.
Just make sure we spend every day doing what we can to make memories with each other, and it's really helped a lot and shown that even though you don't always have to have the best situations, you can make the best of the situation and still enjoy it.
A strong, close-knit family with an even stronger faith.
There are times where the answers are hard. They're not things you want to hear. At the end of the day, when everything seems like it's against you and you just have that hope and security, that's what keeps you pushing.
And I'm going to ring it like a boss. I'm not just going to get that little bitty ding. You ready?
Go ahead.
Reporting for Newsbeat, I'm Emma Anderson.
And finally, in sports, we take a look at one of HLGU's champions of character. Leighton Allen introduces us to a student athlete that is preparing for a job in ministry after graduation.
Student, track athlete, residential assistant, student ambassador, and ministering on the side. HLGU student athlete Tanner Selvage has a lot on his plate. Selvage is a Christian Studies major and is making the most of his senior year. Selvage hails from a small town of Mount Vernon and has one of the brightest smiles on campus. He says his journey to HLG happened by chance.
I initially didn't choose HLGU. HLGU was kind of out of my range for a while. I didn't really think about it, never heard of it until the Lord kind of brought it into my life. I saw a little pamphlet downstairs in my youth room that said, 50% tuition off for Southern Baptist, and I was like, oh, that sounds nice.
Selvage has a lot of energy on and off the track, and he is committed to all of his campus responsibilities. When not doing academic or athletics, Selvage is working on his RA duties or giving prospect students tours on campus.
Outside of classes and things, I have, like sports. I have practice at 4, and I just do that. I have weights at different times of the day as well. And I go to church and I help the youth group there and whatever else the church needs at the time. And I also I lead a core group, and I also lead a separate Bible study for a few guys to disciple personally.
The NAIA Champion of Character program consists of 5 core values: integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. Selvage says track has taught him several values.
Overall, it taught me a lot of mental discipline and a lot of physical discipline. To keep pushing, keep trying, do your best, all the time. It's taught me a lot of hard work and responsibility and integrity throughout the way.
These values are evident in Selvage's impact on the HLGU campus.
Most of it is based on my faith, because without it, I can't even do all the things I can do.
A servant leader on and off the track, Selvage strives to do the best he can do and glorify God in all that he does. Reporting for Newsbeat, I'm Leighton Allen.
For more Champions of Character stories, you can visit hlgtrojans.com. That's it for this edition of Newsbeat. Signing off for the last time, I'm Cami Tyler.